Welcome back to Let's Play Penumbra Overture. So, at the moment I'm assuming it has nothing to do with going out that door, it has nothing to do with the incinerator, so I'm going to check Red's room a little more thoroughly. There's got to be something I haven't touched, not counting the chair. I'll put your chair in for you, Red. I never did look back over here real well. Wait a second. Oh, well, it's been a while since I was able to flip one of those over. Well, I'm gonna take a guess. Yeah, those are bolts, by the way. A screwdriver would not be helpful here. Electrics. Yes, let's use bolt cutter on electric sappy things. And then throw a stick of dynamite at it, just to be sure. Let's not waste the dynamite. The door is now... Well, Gordon Freeman, you are going to save us. As I stepped into the mouth of the underground facility, there should have been questions, fears, doubts running through me. Instead, I was torn in two. Part of me I felt had died, along with my only ally and friend. His final words had raised more questions than they'd answered, and I couldn't get his screams for help out of my head despite knowing deep down that the pain I had caused Red was in itself all the help I could have offered him. I was alone again, but I had nothing to do other than press on into the unknown. If I'd felt so bad about Red, I should have listened to him and stayed where I was. I would trade his fate 100 times for my own. The other side of me was looking forward to what might await me in my continued journey. I felt sure that I would soon find some clue or other to my father's fate, and that he was inextricably linked to everything that was happening. I also couldn't help but suspect that everything I had seen up to that point was just symptomatic of whatever lay beyond the threshold. I know now I was right. The architecture has changed. Note! Welcome to the shelter. Established 1973. Elevated cast 4. Lower chief staff 6. Lower cast 39. Temporary 8. Total population 57. I'm not reading all of these names. Please have your identity documents ready. Last updated February 18th, year 2000. There's that word again, elevated cast. I still say that sounds cultish. What the? I swear there's a figure at the end of the hall. That's not gonna work. Eh? What the heck? Stay back. Flashlight won't start. I'm gonna beat the tar out of you, bugger. Take one step towards me. That's a door. Can I open the door? Can I chuck that thing? Yes. No, well, that'll work, I guess. Temporary light source. With that, the man who had first descended into the mine was no more, and so began my next chapter. To be continued. And that is where it will lead into Penumbra. The Black, I think it's Penumbra Black Plague, not the Black Plague. Slight semantics, but it changes the meaning. But yeah, this has been Penumbra Overture, Episode 1. Well, Episode 1 is Overture. I guess it could have been Penumbra Episode 1, Overture. Which, those credits are really loud. There we go. Sorry, I was lowering the music volume a little bit so I can actually hear. But yeah, I mean, depends on if you use the Star Wars format. You could say Penumbra Episode 1 Overture instead of Penumbra Overture Episode 1, because there's not a Penumbra Overture Episode 2. It's the second game is Episode 2, and the third game is Episode 3, and the fourth game is a total conversion mod of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but I am including it anyway. And we'll be likely playing all 4 of them, actually. Not in order, though. I plan to, well, by the time I release this, I will have already recorded other stuff. I'm going to do some other games in between, so as not to just have a steady stream of Penumbra games coming out. Trying to keep variety on the channel. And, well, I enjoyed it. I do see where they made a lot of improvements in their design between this and the Amnesia series. I don't really have any complaints about Overture aside from the ability to kill the dogs did, in the end, make their presence less spooky. Because it became, they jump scare you and then you just find something to stand on and beat the tar out of them. If you had been forced to actually use the steam chambers to get rid of them and the pickaxe would just stun them, that might have been an interesting mechanic. But no complaints there. Otherwise, I think that was, well designed, and you learn as you go. That's how everything works. So that was Penumbra Overture. That was the end of the credits, and I will see you on the next